Hello, hello. My name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Well, today is Combat Day. I'm also incredibly sore because I helped people move last night. And my body stings because of it. But, yes, it's going to be Combat Day today. Well, it's personal scale combat today. That's the very important part. This is personal scale combat. This is me drawing my sword with the intent on stabbing you. So, oh god. My body, my bones. Helping people move is being kind is a mistake, everyone. Don't be kind. Be just perpetually more evil than the last. Because I'm here, I may as well tell people about something I found today. Even though no one's actually in the chat, so this is even funnier. Welcome to Light Raiders. Yes, Light Raiders, the adventure Bible system is coming out. October 19th, Adventure Bible System box set. All the basic needs for the system. Game pieces, dice, player mats, a map and discovery book, and 2 adventures. Yeah. This is effectively the sequel to Dragon Raid. Yeah, we found the sequel to Dragon Raid. I am so happy. I don't think anyone quite understands. I am so fucking happy that we found the sequel to fucking Dragon Raid. It's coming. Dragon Raid 2E is coming out, boys. I'm hoping they keep with it. I haven't actually watched the video fully. Each episode includes 30 to 45 yeah, it's like I'm looking at things like, because it's like I look at things like this and there's like, oh well, there's episodes like the practice episode and the introduction book, and there's like very specific, like it looks like it's a very specific kind of game, because then I look over there, I'm like, oh, you're not like, let's take a look here, you know, like it looks like it's very structured. I'm curious to see like what's going on. Like, I don't think people understand. I will fucking reach out to these people personally and being like, give me a press copy. I will be your strongest fucking raider. Give me what I want. I am going to be God's holiest soldier, because I went over Dragon Raid. Doesn't have any magic system in it. Most likely they're gonna do the word ruin system again, or it's gonna be some variation of the word ruin system. For those who don't know, in Dragon Raid, you didn't have spells. Spells were evil. But you did have word ruins. And what you'd have to do is you would have to read scripture effectively. You would read scripture and then you would cast the spell, quote unquote. That's the funny thing. That's kind of the weird thing about it. It would not be like, I cast magic missile. It would be like John 2:16, fuck you, or Revelation, what was it? Revelation 2:16, I am Alpha and I am Omega, I am the beginning and I am the end and I am the waters of life. That's effectively how you would have to do it. How you would have to actually cast spells in this game. By saying what it is. And then you would cast the spell, and it would be like, you get a +4 to your strength now, or you like perfect parry a fucking dragon because it's dragon in time. What AM stand for? I have Adventure Master, I'm assuming like it's like Adventure Master or something. This is Light Raiders. We're getting a sequel to Dragon Raid. Draco, it's time, Draco. We're getting a sequel to Dragon Raid. I'm very excited for it. I am going. Can I do miracles now? I don't know. Probably not. But followed by a 10 to 15 minute Bible study wrap up. Like, yeah, like it's like, oh, was followed by a 10 to 15 minute Bible study section. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, this is, yeah, I'm looking like there's like this tick system here. I'm like, that seems a little weird.
In their cadet handbooks, players have an adventure journal with all the verses and applications they'll need for that lesson. Simply read the story and tell the players the actions they can.
I'm like, you see that there's like a fucking map here, apparently. There's player boards. This kid looks like he's just given up. Like, this kid is just like, I am done. I don't want to be here. Like, I see the I'd rather be slaying dragons shirt. All of them are wearing the Light Raiders gear. He's wearing a Lakers hat. I don't know if I can support this now. He's a Lakers fan. We got the D10s back. Like, what the fuck is this? I guess that's like a, you gotta roll on. I mean, it looks like there's like AP, like level, apprentice level. Like, I guess that's like what you have to roll to beat. I guess it's like a roll on, like rollover system maybe. What the fuck? It's like a board game?
Scripture application. A creature that scores a hit can infect a Light Raider's core strength. To heal those infections, players counsel each other using the verses and applications provided.
Oh no! You've been stabbed by a sword. I'm gonna teach you about the faith, boy. I'm gonna hit you with the good book. I have to imagine a Street Fighter 3 parry with the sound effect of the shiny blue. It looks great. Talk with animals. If it has dice, but I'm going to use random page numbers.
Always have the verses in front of the verse from memory. The boxed set includes everything you need to play the game, plus the first 2 quests. That's 12 or 24 weeks of Bible curriculum, depending.
That's 12 or 24 weeks of Bible curriculum.
Of scripture through fantasy allegories and the Light Raiders system.
Yeah. Again, what in story-based event discipleship curriculum? Grow your characters, fight the enemy, rescue the lost, learn the word of God. Oh yeah. I think we're in the key. We are so fucking back, boys. Don't judge me for my music. Yeah, saw this today. I thought, man, this seems like it's Kino o'clock. I'm just gonna thumb people extra heavy hardcover Bible deal bludgeoning plus holy 777 D10 damage. Please don't tell those 4 books are necessary for play. Yeah. Just lean. Yeah, I like Just Lean. I didn't like it at first, but then it grew on me. I like all of the Guilty Gear soundtrack except like one or two tracks of Guilty Gear Strive I'm not like a huge fan of, but like most of them I am. I used to not like the Bedman's theme from Strive. I'm like, alright, this is kind of weird. I'm not like 100% on it, but it grew on me. I never pay attention to the BG music you have. Agony. I do it for me. It's always for me, Draco. But yes, hello. We're doing combat today. I just want to teach everyone about we're gonna go to Narnia and stab dragons. Time to become God's strongest raider. Ow. I am still in like... I am incredibly sore because I was helping people move last night. You don't realize how heavy things are until you lift them up, and it's like, oh, my body isn't ready for this. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Let's see. Where many see the value in quiet words and well-placed pieces upon the board. Upon the board, another may find it more pertinent to impale their enemies upon their blade. Combat is no combat is no stranger. Let's see. Combat is no stranger to Callis, with many border skirmishes. Many border skirmishes and outright wars being fought over territorial rights, even before the Anesians step foot upon the island. When a clansman is threatened. And blades are drawn. They'll need to protect themselves. By steel, with their own steel in resolve. Nice and simple. It's like, hey, something is trying to kill you. What do? Stab it to death. Like, just kill it. So, how do we want to break this down? I guess we're going to put in an example as well. We'll do a combat example. Bloody Feast, Part 1. The clan of Clan of MacLeod has been summoned to a nearby ally, summoned to a grand feast, in a neighboring town. The current clan head is the current clan head. For throwing, known for throwing party, actually. Current clan head is an unknown, actually no. Some to a grand feast in a neighboring town. While, you know what we'll do? The clan of MacLeod has been summoned to a grand feast in a neighboring town. While only a 2 days ride away. The clan with it being only a 2 days ride away, the clan only brings a few men and themselves. At the dawn, at the end of the first day. At the end of the first day, the clan and their poultry and the clan is settling in for the night. When from the trees an arrow flies into the neck of one of their guards. An ambush. There we go. We just set up the situation currently going on. There is an ambush going on. So, summoned to a grand feast, being only a 2-day ride away. And there we go, an ambush. Whoa. Let's see. Look, I already played. It was extremely. I don't need a whole ass game about it. Did he play only players and only play clerics and paladin? Did he only play holy person and world darkness game? Good Kabaraching. Although I only play fighters and tank, to be fair, I guess. What happens when your first interaction with TTRPG with D&D Shadow over Mystara? Kagurabachi is the best manga of all time, outselling One Piece within 15 nanoseconds of its first chapter being released, and becoming the first PC media to sell only Kagurabachi million copies. Character design getting a sick to fighter character. The only reason I'm addicted to fighter class. The Morbius of manga. Truly, I'm botching out. I'm coggering out. I loved it. Kagurabachi. I loved it when he said it's botching time, and then he botchied over everybody. It was really, really inspiring. Truly, manga had peaked at that moment. I remember the time when he looked at the camera and hit the gritty as well. It was very impressive. Japan has an amazing quote. As you know, Japan is a katana society. Truly. Shadow of Mystara's Keto. One of the only reasons I still respect D&D. Well, there's your first mistake, Travel. Yeah, the corporate nightmare known as D&D is its own beast. Let's see. We want to do heading 3. So, how do I want to? Okay, no. Let's take a second. And how do we want to organize this? So, what do we need to do? What do we need for combat? Because combat is going to be pretty simple. I don't think. Let's take a look. I'm gonna consult my. Let's go here a little bit. Let's see. Battle of the Mind. All right. Okay, so we're going to assume a basic map, but we're not going to assume a very large map for these. So, we're going to need to explain initiative. We'll do initiative and turn order. Alright, easy enough. Who is acting first? Who is going first? Who is not going first? As well as what does turn order actually look like? Alright, easy enough to do. Let's think of, do we have any? Let's take a quick gander elsewhere. I want to learn a little bit about. Let's open up this PDF again. Let's see, do we have anything? Let's learn a little bit about things, because you might have a good idea in here. Character progression, abstract battles, personal opposed dice check, armor stats, hit locations. So he does want hit locations. Okay, so good old hit locations. So we got initiative determined by 2d6 plus tactics, tacticaritos, modifier. Let's think. Okay, so there is going to be hit locations, and he wants armor on those hit locations. Okay. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. So we're going to have initiative and turn order. Easy enough to understand. When are we going? How are we going to do? All right, so looks like we want to do. Okay, so we'll turn order. We're going to do. I guess we'll have to do battle map information. Battle map information should be pretty simple to understand. Again, it's not going to be very large. It's going to be like, if you are in an actual fight, you are going to be, your swords have been drawn, axes are out, hammers are in hand. We are relatively close to one another at this point. And we're going to start bolting in different directions as we're trying to get the hell out of dodge. If you're getting shot at with arrows from a distance, that's going to be kind of its own thing. It's going to be like, hey, that's more of a situation happening. But like a single guy trying to like, oh, okay, I'm going to shoot 60 meters away and, shoot you. That's more of a skill thing and be like, that's not really your thing at that point. The thing there, like, this is clearly the fight has escalated. We are here in this situation. What's going on? So, battle map information. Then we'll probably move straight into actions. We're probably going to have a curated list plus mods. Reactions, curated list plus mods. Then we're going to talk about vitality. We're going to talk about vitality. Living and dying. And then our final thing is... I guess we'd have to go straight into equipment and sample enemies. And enemy and creature and mob design. That's not gonna be the name, that's what it's going to be. So, I mean, if we get this done, I think we should be fine. This is gonna be our basic idea. So we're gonna go here. Seizing the initiative. When a battle breaks out, all sides, all acting character, all of the combatants. All the combatants will need to roll in initiative check. All of the combatants will need to roll an initiative check. This is done by adding their cunning plus tactics. By making a cunning plus tactics check. Tactics check. Any successes determine the location in the let's see. Actually, successes determine where in the order of initiative the characters. The combatant is in a descending order. In descending order. For example, if a combatant rolls four successes, and another rolls 3 successes, the first combatant will act first. Will act first before the other. However, See, if we want to be creative, here's the thing. If we want to be creative, we can add a surge mechanic. If we want to be safe, we don't add that. It's kind of like, do we want to be safe or not? I'm feeling let's play it safe. Yeah, no, let's play that safe, because we're not going to have that mechanic. And we want mass combat and this combat to feel very similar. That makes sense. Going from A to B should be fairly simple. It's like, okay, we've already established what initiative is. You know how it works. We're transferring that over to mass combat, warband combat, kind of that idea. You already understand this. We're just changing the scale of it. So, first we'll act before the other. If the combatants are ambushed, they will have Bane 2. They'll have Bane 2 on their initiative check. If the combatants are ambushed, they will have Bane 2 on their initiative check, reflecting the enemy reflecting their ambushers having a distinct advantage. Actually, no. We do that. If the combatants are ambushing a target, they will have Let me go all the way up here. Double check here real fast. I got the right name for everything. They will have Boon 2 for their initiative. However, if the combatants are assaulting a fortified location or against a defensive position, they will have Bane 2. So if in the situation where the combatants are ambushing a fortified group, they will have no bonuses. They will have no boons or banes to worry about. To worry about. It's all about the combatant. Who's initiating it? Are you being ambushed? If the ambushers suck at their job, it doesn't matter if they're ambushing you. You just have that raw, like, okay, we're being ambushed. Oh fuck. But it's like, hey, we're assaulting a defensive position. We are rushing something that they've already trained on us. They know we were coming, and we're getting fucked because of it. You know, the absolute worst case scenario is that you're in a position where, hey, you've been completely ambushed and something is happening. You know, to give you that. Yeah, we do that. Mm. This begins the every time when a combatant successes in the initiative track initiative track comes up, and the initiative comes up, they will take their turn, allowing them to perform a number of actions. They are able to. The combination of every combatant. If two or more combatants are, have the same successes, a same number of successes, they are assumed to be acting simultaneously, and leaping into action together. Every combatant's turn is called the round. When the round ends, every combatant has two options. They may keep their current initiative. Adding +1 to it, or they may re-roll their initiative with no boons or banes. From ambush or assault. Kind of the idea of, like, once you're in the thick of things, it's like, okay, the ambush is no longer applicable to me. It's like, I rolled dog shit on my initiative. It is better for me to re-roll my initiative. Actually, but they must keep the new. However, if you roll well, like, I don't want to risk rolling worse, so I'm just gonna sit on my current. I'm gonna keep my current initiative, but I'm gonna add 1 to it. So if I acted on 4, I now act on 5. I acted on 5, I now act on 6. Kind of giving those people who did roll well, kind of that. Oh, I've set the tempo. I'm setting the tempo of the battle. I'm setting the tempo of fight. I am in control. With the obvious issues of, hey, I'm now the one, I'm the one setting the tempo, and if someone comes up to me and shanks my asshole, then I'm, and then, hey, that's bad. So we do that, combatant, initiative, we add in combat example, a roadside ambush. Roadside ambush. There are 3 clans. There are 4 clansmen. There are 4 clansmen and 5 vagabonds. And 5 vagabonds attacking. And 5 vagabonds attacking. Each of them roll their initiative. The MacLeods roll a 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Barely. 2, 4, 5, and 6. However, the vagabonds, as they are ambushing the clan, they have boon 2. rolling a 4, 6, 7, and 8 on their initiative. Actually, we should do rolling a 3, 5, 6, and 7. And 7 on their initiative. Ta-da! They're acting. Actually, we can even do like 3, 4, 6, and 7. So it's like, hey, we've got people acting simultaneously. We've got people acting before, acting people after. Unawares, but are not entirely helpless. Helpless as them. Ezrone, battle-hardened veteran. What's good? Gaelic name generator. Give me a Gaelic name generator. Oh, something. Bethan. Ezrone battle Bethan. Bethan leaps to the challenge. You know, you're not entirely helpless. However, you are at a disadvantage currently. There's something going wrong. They have the advantage over you. What do you want to do? What's the plan, squad? So we have to do battle map. We are going to have body part targeting, in case you know. That's going to be something we already... I know that, you know that, we all know that, so get ready for it. Okay, so every battle has a territory. They are as a place where they are. Every battle takes place somewhere. When it breaks out, the bard will provide a small hex-based map for the combatants to place themselves upon. This hex map represents is represented in strides. Is represented in strides, reflecting a number of X map is represented in strides, reflecting a number of steps clansmen may take to cross it. Depending on the location, these strides may take longer or shorter. May be more difficult to cross, blunting an unrelenting advance, or setting up the unfortunate or a crossbow bolt in the eye. Yeah, so it's kind of like, hey, this sets up everywhere, so just know that. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a 3 hex thing. We're gonna put it like right here, and we're gonna do Can be paved. Earthen. Actually, paved path. It's going to be earthen, difficult, hazardous, impassable. Oh, impassable. So we're going to expand out this little thing back here. We should be fine. So, how many strides does it take to... Oh. Paved takes 0.5 strides. You don't need that. Path takes 1, earthen takes 2, difficult takes 4 strides, hazardous takes 6, and impassable, it does not. You cannot cross it. Actually, we want to put it as a half a stride. Example: paved roads, inside, building interiors, comfortable, paved roads, building interiors, tiling, things like that. Like, clearly, like, built up paths. Plains, open ground will do. Open ground, light snow, thin tree, thin woodland, things like that. Earthen, rough ground, uneven ground, slopes. Difficult would be jagged countryside, deep snow, dense woods, kind of like shit's growing everywhere. Like, this is clearly something that's like, you cannot cross this easy. Yeah, actually, we'll do hazardous. Running water. Best high snow. Sheer mountains. Sheer cliffs. We are fighting on the side of a shitty pathway. That's gonna be hazardous terrain. You can move like a tile, and that's all you're moving. And it might take you multiple strides to get through like a single tile, like a 5-foot tile. It's like, okay, I'm not really able to move very efficiently. It takes me a long time to get through individual tiles. Impassable. Each clansman naturally can move 3. Actually, yeah. Can move 3 strides. Each clansman can move 3 strides. Without. Each clansman can move 3 strides without consuming an action, allowing them to close the distance, and power through and power through any rough terrain without too much struggle. A lot of power through without too much struggle. However, if they dedicate time, if they dedicate an action to their attempt, they may increase their stride by +3 for every move action used. This adds together. So like this adds together with their base stride. So we're going to do this. We're going to put this right here. We're going to do this. We'll put a big footnote here. For example, if a clansman uses a move action +3 stride, they would have in total 6 stride to work with. It's kind of the idea of like, hey, you need to make a move action to move through hazardous terrain. You need to make a move action to move through difficult terrain. But you can move through like a difficult hex and an earthen hex, or 2 paths hex, or 4 paved hexes. So you want to be in a like naturally on paved ground, you can move 6 pretty damn easily. On perfectly like good interior ground, you can cover a lot of area because it's paved, it's nice, it's easy, there's no obstruction. You want to move through a fucking running like river, you're gonna burn a lot of move actions. You're gonna burn a lot of time trying to get through there, and you're gonna break yourself. Have you heard about the new 5e Christian Adventures book? No, I have not, but color me interested. I always find it fascinating, all the Bible stuff for D&D. This is not because I am a beautiful Christian man. No, I just find it really interesting anytime. Because they were pushing that pretty hard for a while. And they're like, get ready for God. It's God D&D. It's different this time. In the horrifying world, I've realized that they are remaking The Last of Us Part 2 for some reason. Because like the thing is, you gotta remember, The Last of Us 2 came out in 2020. Yeah, it came out 3 years ago, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna remaster it. I'm like, Naughty Dog, I understand that's like your only IP and nobody liked it, but it's really funny. I have not heard of like anyone like enjoy the third game. That's the funny thing. I have not the third game, the second game. I have not heard a single person being like, oh boy, it's time for Last of Us 2. No one seemed to enjoy it. The only people I really see enjoy The Last of Us 2, the only people I really see are people who are like, this is the greatest game ever to be created by mankind, and every other game is baby bullshit and is for children, and you should play adult games. And then I look, and the only games they play is The Last of Us, and it is definitely not a press account. Like, that was like with Forspoken. Like, there were people who were like really hype. Remember when people were like really hyping up Forspoken? Like, this is going to be the greatest game of all time because it's going to be 800 million hours of content. And then Forspoken came out and then nobody talked about it because it was bad. There were a lot of hype beasts for it. They're like, this is going to be the greatest game of all time. This is going to be the biggest game of all time. This is going to be the biggest, like, most amazing game. 800 hours of content. The only game I need. Yeah, no, I watched the Internet Historian video on it because I was like, I'm genuinely curious. I actually wanted them to go into the gameplay more because I was looking at it, I was like, this seems really boring. Like, legitimately speaking, anytime people talk about, like, oh, here's Forspoken, and I see gameplay, I have no idea what the fuck is going on with that game. Because people will fly around, there's 8 million numbers popping up, and then it's like, you've done 5 damage. It's like, the fuck? It seems so horrifically basic. That's the thing. Like, it seems so horrifically basic. But I'm like, okay, where's the, I was looking for, where's the pitch? Where's the golden thing that we all say, haha, it's time, this is the game now. We've made $8 bajillion. You wouldn't just not make it, like. We're only gonna put 4. Can I justify 4? I'm gonna put 3 in. Why am I putting 3 in? Because we'll do cover. There we go. Yeah, no, that's like, hey, yeah, you get a little bit of you get some boons for it. And mind you, you're behind full cover. Literally, what they need to do is beat the total number of dice you have. That's the important thing. They need to beat the total number of dice you have, because you'll roll successes for everything, and that's very important for you. On the other hand, if it's like having all of these fucking boons, like having all of these bonuses are not going to mean fucking anything if you're just bad at combat. You're going to, how do I avoid getting shot? Get behind cover. Get out of there. Leave. I don't want to die. So we need to do the RPG mechanics are so minor to do nothing. The RPG video genre get tortured to death because now every basic ass game, from basic shooters to action adventures, RPG mechanics shoehorned in. Even if they are basic stuff to do monkey neuron activation, you level up in Call of Duty, doesn't matter at all. Yeah, well, because it was proven in a. I can guarantee. The thing is, what happened was it was proven that somewheres that people like it when number go up. People fucking love when you hear a ding, congratulations, you're level 2 now. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm level 2. What did I get? Oh, you get a plus 5% damage bonus against these enemies. Wow, I get 5% extra damage bonus. This is amazing. Hey, you get a 2.5% bonus speed reduction. Cool. Like, it's just that monkey neuron brain activation where if you think about it, being like 5%, that doesn't really feel like a lot. I'm only doing like 20 damage, so that's like 1 extra damage against a really specific enemy I'm like, that doesn't seem very interesting. Or it's like, oh, 2.5 speed reduction. I never experienced any speed reduction at all though. But it's just to get you on the wheel. That's the idea. It's like, oh, well, you always want to get the next level. You want to get the next level. You should grind until you get the next level or the next thing. Oh, that's Destiny's entire business model. Like, Destiny's entire business model is not a game of like, all right, you're going to have a lot of fun. It's, hey, we fucking hold you in contempt. Please buy more shit. You're gonna buy new things to make sure that you can upgrade the new things so you can get the new things faster to get the, so you want to get the new things to get the new things. And it's like, oh, like, Destiny is a MMORPG. Well, yeah, that's kind of the idea, but like, honest to God, Destiny is such a weird game because it doesn't feel like an MMO. Because you can play most of the game. You can play almost the entire game solo and nothing changes. That's the funny part. It's very weird. It's a very interesting game that front. I played through the main story of Destiny. I'm like, wow, I'm bored, and I stopped playing. What did I play as? I played a Guardian? I played the Brick Shithouse class. That's what I played as. It was not for me from the get-go. Like, I understand the appeal. Like, I understand the appeal of it. And, like, over time, I've gradually learned that I fucking despise grinding. Like, in any game. I just hate grinding. And people are like, you should play Warframe, it's so much fun. I'm like, no, because I know I'm going to sit there for 15 hours and have to grind out one part of a 15-piece suit. And the millisecond I get it, it's going to be outclassed by the next piece of grinding shit. And I'm like, god damn it. The thing is, if grinding is fun, because like, I would say like Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter was fun grinding. I felt like I was always getting something. I always felt like I was getting something more from it, being like, oh cool, you know, I'm fighting in there. And it was a good game. I could just like put something on in the background and just grind with it. Some of those games though, it's just like, you have to pay attention constantly. Oh, mind you, Ironside, I played way back in the day. Like my opinion of Warframe is like pre-combat update. Like I have no desire to get back into it. And it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Problem with grinding is a lot of games made it barrier so you can get past the fun parts rather than being part of the fun. Yeah, like that's kind of my issue. Is like some games are like, oh hey, you have to. What you are doing now is not entertaining. What you are doing now is taxes. You are just doing your time tax. And that's why it's like some JRPGs. It's like, oh, make sure you grind for a couple hours here to make sure you can actually confront like the final boss or whatever. I'm like, that's dog shit game design, Japan. You fucking know it. That's god-awful game design. You fuckers know it. Let's see. When a clansman turn is called, they have the opportunity to perform a series of actions. An action is any a series of actions. Normally a clansman can perform. Let's see. Normally, a clansman can perform any number of actions they wish. They wish. However, every action after the first has a -1d6 to their dice pool. For that action. So taking three actions would have a negative. Would incur a negative 2d6 to that third action. No. I can do that. Normally, clans can perform any number of actions they wish. A clansman will announce the number of actions they want to perform. Let's see. The clansman will announce the number of actions they want to perform, taking a penalty to their dice pool. Taking a penalty to their dice pool for every action over 1 by -1d6. So if a clansman declares they are taking three actions, all of their actions this turn will be at -2d6. So kind of the idea, what I'm trying to get here is, saying, hey, you can attack someone 3 times, but all 3 of those attacks are going to be -2d6, 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 which if you're a really competent warrior, that's not going to be an issue. It's really not going to be an issue, because you might have a lot more dice than that. It's not. You can fucking hack a motherfucker to death very easily. However, if you're not really good at your job and you're kind of, taking your time with things, you're going to take that penalty as well. It's like, hey, I'm going to do 4 actions. That's -3d6 to every single one of your actions. That's 3d6 that can't roll any successes. That's 3d6 that you're unable to do anything. So it's like, hey, I need to get more things where someone who is maybe planning for it, they can kind of like, if you come to me, you're spending an action to run up to me, so you need to spend another action to hit me. I'm already ready for you. I'm gonna have an advantage over you. You're like a peerless fucking warrior already, then yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder for me to counter you. But you've also spent your entire life being an unstoppable killing machine, and I haven't. However, I have stewardship. You don't know how to write your name. That's kind of the thing. Like, having a combat monster character is very valid. However, having a combat monster character is, one, they're gonna be very old because they need to practice so much, and they're not gonna be good at anything else. So, we'll be at -2d6. Each action will be resolved. Each action will be resolved in order of the clansman's choice. If they choose to move, attack, and attack again. If they choose to move, attack, and attack again, they will do such. So it's kind of like, hey, you don't need. The idea here is like, you don't need to announce the exact order. It's like, if you want to do something, you do it. Like, nothing can stop you from announcing your actions. So, what actions do we need? Let's just do this basic right off the bat. Let's do an attack action. Nice and easy. We're going to have a move action. All right, nice and easy. We are going to have a let's think. This is us actively doing something, having an attack action. We're moving. We're going to be using. We'll say you have a use item action. Kind of controlling any goons you might have. Hey, move up and do your fucking job. Who else? I'm trying to think of what other actions am I missing? I need a do nothing action. Actually, we'll put in the other action. Always put in an other action. Not stagger. We want to do, this is going to play important if you have a reaction. That's kind of the thing. Like, if you have a reaction, that's going to be very valuable, where it's like, hey, because the idea is that if you have a reaction take place, doing a bunch of things, your reactions count toward the number of actions you've done. And so it's like, if you do 5 different things at once on your turn, hopefully you've defeated them, or at least put yourself into position, because then they're going to attack you probably. But if they've defended themselves 5 times, they might not want to do anything. We're like, no. And it's like, fuck off. And, fuck off. Go away. I'm scared. I don't want to. I've already burnt 5 actions doing this. So if I select any other action past my first, it's going to be worth nothing. I'm going to be at a severe disadvantage. What's a good action? Not going to be elegant, but there's a purpose for it. Attack. So, the clansman strikes out at a target with the intent of injuring or killing them. The clansman will roll their melee, ranged plus martial. Will roll their melee or ranged plus martial and attempt to against a reaction of the target. Against the reaction of the target. If they beat the total number of successes, they have successfully hit their target. The clansman will deal weapon damage. Will deal weapon damage plus. Actually, the clansman will deal weapon damage plus. Will deal weapon damage to the target. To the target at a random hit location. random hit locate, and we'll head our random hit location. We'll then add in the 6. It's going to be a nice simple D6 chart for hit location, have no fear. So, we want a hit location chart. We're going to do head, arm, head, torso. So we do want head, we want torso, left arm, right arm, left leg. Actually, add in legs. Da 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 da. Do D6, so this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Putting legs together, it's kind of like one of your legs go down, like you're kind of fucked in that regard. It's kind of the idea. Let's see. The clansman will deal weapon damage minus armor to the target at a random hit location. A random hit location. Oh, I sneezed. I'm sneezing. From there, if the clansman has any successes, they may choose to distribute them among the following options. Because of viewers like you. Among the following options. This is gonna be a little janky. Can I get away with doing? We're gonna do. Someone posted something. How terrifying actually is the mimic piano from Mario 64. Everyone expects chests and doors. Very few people. Half a ton grand piano. Following their way toward them with a mouthful of teeth. Good work. Let's see. Where did you put power attack, aimed attack? There we go. G travel being what we like to refer to as very helpful. So we're going to we're just gonna put this in here real fast. We're gonna do insert. We're going to do 4. Can do this. Perfect. So power attack, power aimed. Let's see, we want to do a power attack. The power attack is going to be power attack is going to be very basic. Aimed. Mm. Reduce armor of a location by 2. A success. So it's kind of like, hey, if you don't actually, you're not doing extra damage, just reducing the armor, but it's more efficient than just increasing weapon damage to try to get past armor. So it's like, hey, I'm striking the head. You know, I should, you know, aim for this. Among the following options. Alternatively, you may choose to spend a number of successes on one of the three options below. Go, just kind of very, very simple, very to the point. Like, you can also spend it on one of the options below. What are the options below? Let's go here. We just want to get rid of that. So it's kind of like, hey, we kind of know what's going on here. This is the, depending on if you have just excess successes, you can do this. This one down here is going to be a little bit more. We're going to add in, insert 3 options here. I'm going to do going to it. Hail. Unique cost description. So we're going to impale a target, we're going to stagger a target, we're going to force them back, and we're going to do precise. So impaling a target is going to be 4, staggering them is going to be 3, and precision is going to be 5 excess successes. If you have any more options, feel free to tell me. Probably easily. The target and then stagger. There we go. What are you building now? This is the, so in theory, let's play a game. I'm fighting you. I have rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. I've rolled 5 successes against you. Normally I would have to go against whatever your roll is, but let's just say I have 5 successes. Now, normally what's going to happen now is I'm just going to do weapon damage. I'm going to roll another d6. I have hit you in the legs. I'm hitting you in the legs with my weapon. I have successfully beat you. I have 5 excess successes. What do I do now? What I can do is say, hey, I want to spend one of my successes on re-rolling that die. I don't want to hit you in the legs. 4. I've hit you now in the left arm. That's pretty good. You know, that's where you have your shield. I'm going to hit you in the left arm now. And then I can say, hey, I'm going to spend 2 of my successes reducing the armor of the location by 4. So, hey, you might not have any armor there anymore, and then I'm going to spend +2 to do 2 extra damage. Boom. You know, time speeds up. I swing real hard. I slam you right in the left arm. Your arm kind of cracks a little bit. It's clearly bad. You're not looking too hot. You know, blood is gushing everywhere. I've gone through your chainmail, and suddenly you are in a bad spot. But let's say I have those 5 successes again. And I'm striking at your legs. I can instead say, hey, I can clearly see you have no leg protection. I'm going to spend 4 of my dice to do my weapon damage again. So if I have 5 weapon damage, I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to impale your leg. My blade has gone clean through your blade, and I have taken it out. My hammer has embedded into your fucking body, and it has been tore out. Like, you are clearly in a bad spot. You have been oofied owied. This isn't perfect, but it's like, this is not good for you. And then I can do 1 extra damage or something like that. Or I can spend 3 successes to stagger you. I'm going to hit you. You're going to go back 1 of my choice. I'm going to put you in a shitty tile where it's rushing water. I've pushed you back into the river effectively. You know, you're taking a few steps back and like, okay, I'm in a good spot. Actually, yep. So it's like, hey, I'm shoving you over. You're now knocked down in the river or whatever, and I have an advantage. I've staggered you, do some extra damage. Or I can say, I'm going to spend all of my dice, all 5 of my successes, and instead of hitting your legs, I'm going to say, I'm going to hit your head. I stab forward and then stab you in the eye and you die, because I laugh at you and you suck. Think, you know, that's kind of the idea. I'm not doing extra damage. I'm not doing, you know, increasing abilities here. Can the Komosuma RPG last for 12 sessions? Yeah, it can last a lot of sessions, actually. Will it be good? Debatably. I didn't much care for the Konosuba RPG for various reasons. But yeah, it could last for 12 sessions pretty easily. Just make sure you build situations that would last for 12 sessions so everyone doesn't get sick of the game. God. Arms, legs, body. Not perfect, but it'll do. I might add more options. I might not. Kind of depends on how combat and how damage ends up looking, but we haven't reached that point yet, so we're not gonna worry about it. Drag. If the clansman is adjacent to a downed ally or enemy, they may choose to drag the body with them. It counts all strides. A stride is reduced by 1 as the clansmen continue. All stride is reduced by 1 and they can only use one-handed. One hand. And this is kind of the idea of, hey, your friend's on this fucking ass. He is clearly not doing well. He has been shot with an arrow in his leg, and he is currently bleeding to death, and we need to get him to safety. You're gonna run up to him, you're gonna grab him by his fucking collar, and you're gonna haul ass backward. You're just gonna drag him. Which, hey, if you need to get the hell out of Dodge, you're gonna do a lot. You're gonna do a big move action. You're gonna move as far as you can. And you're gonna drag him as far away as you can. Your stride is reduced by, actually we'll even do reduced by 3, so it's like you gotta kind of start spending actions. What I should do is I am 5 actions maybe strung together at once. But if you're dragging your buddy away, suddenly you need to spend some actions to help them move. You need to spend time making sure your guy is going to make it, which you may not be able to get all the way. You need to, especially if it's over some hazardous terrain, and suddenly you're getting shot at, and your reaction is at -60, and your reaction is a -4d6. God help you if you have anything more than that. You are at a disadvantage. Drag. Let's see. The clans have increased their stride by +3. Let's see. Clans have increased their stride by +3. This allows them to move farther and through more treacherous terrain. Allows them to move farther and through more treacherous terrain. The clansman is needing to move slowly, or is being hindered in some way. Actually. In a single round, and a single more than 10 stride in a single round. It's assumed they are running. And they are running to their desired location. Is ever crouched or prone. The stride increase is reduced to +2 or +2 +1 respectively. respectively, as they slowly move through an area. Kind of the idea like, hey, are you crouched? Yeah, I'm crouched. You're gonna be moving slower than if you were, say, upright and running. It's like, hey, yeah, this is like you're taking a little bit of a penalty there, which isn't as efficient, generally speaking. Order. Ordering one of their let's clan spends an action ordering one of their companions to act in their stead. The companion will move as directed by the clansman and engage in combat on their behalf. However, companions will never begin. Clansmen will take a penalty equal to the action penalty currently suffered by the clansmen ordering them. Companions will take a penalty equal to the suffered by the clansmen ordering them. Companions will never risk their lives. Companions will never sacrifice themselves with no. Let's see. Companions will never sacrifice themselves with no reason, but will fight to protect their charge. Kind of the idea of like, hey, they're not gonna go out of the way to, like, if you say jump off that cliff because I think it's funny, they're not gonna do it. But if you're like, hey, we're being attacked, please help, oh god, they're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna rush in to assist. Because, that's my job. Clansman spends a small amount of time interacting with the world object or another individual. This covers a wide variety of actions that can be successfully completed in a few moments time. Opening doors or kicking over. Opening a door, or actually. Larger, more complex actions. Such as grabbing a dozen books may take multiple quote other actions to complete all at once. May take multiple other actions to complete all at once. Checks may be required to successfully complete the. Hello, phone. What's up, phone? Tell me something bad. Show me the carpet cleaner. Thanks, Mom. Takes an item from their belt or in the immediate vicinity. vicinity to use. This could be throwing a knife, drawing a sword, or taking a swig of mead from a small container. It's kind of like, hey, this is the use item action. You just use an item in your. I never want to use an emoji. Nobody ever wants to use an emoji. Let's see. So we are Gucci there. So. When the clansman is acted upon, actually, what should say? When the clansman is acted upon by an enemy, they will need to make a reaction to blunt the attack. This does count as an action. Capital A, as an action for the purposes of multiple action penalty. Purposes of the penalty applied to multiple actions. So it's kind of like, hey, you've done 2 actions already, because you've done 2 actions, and one of which was defending yourself. It's like, hey, this isn't ideal for you. So if we're doing this correctly, so we're going to have our basic block, dodge. We're going to have a parry action. I think block, dodge, and parry should be good enough. We're trying to block an attack, we're trying to dodge an attack, we're trying to parry an attack. Okay. Block. The clansman raises a shield or weapon with the intent of blocking the attack. They will roll their martial plus physicality, I guess. Martial plus physicality, with the intent of blocking the blow before it would strike them down. Shields will have a number of free blocks. If the clansman is using a shield, they are able to block without incurring the action penalty, depending on the type of shield being used. If they are using a shield, they may block ranged attacks. If they are not, they cannot. We're blocking. Actually, you know what we can do? We can do martial plus physicality. Physicality or melee. with boon 1, and to blocking the blow before it would strike them down. Yeah, so it's kind of like, hey, blocking is the most reliable, but you're not doing anything. That's kind of the issue. You're not doing anything. It's easier for you to block. You're taking your dice, and you're saying, hey, 4 up succeeds. I got, let's see, a 4, a 3, a 6, a 5, and a 3. That would be more things. As a block, I am more reactive to blocking the blow. This is really good for me. It's a lot easier for me to block things. The issue being that blocking things sometimes, well, you can't do it for some things. You cannot block an arrow coming at you if you don't have an actual, like a shield. So you're going to be forced to dodge instead. The clansman jerks out of the way of the Dimbly attempts to avoid the blow coming at them. They will roll their log in, please. Yes, Miro. Yes, Miro. Yes, yes, yes. What we want to do. I guess adroitness would be. They'll roll their cunning plus adroitness. Adroitness, or actually, it'd be cunning slash martial plus adroitness. Adroitness to avoid the incoming attack. Or plus avoidance to avoid the incoming attack. If they are successful, the they are struck by the weapon and suffer the consequences. It's a little bit like dodging is the big one. It's like, hey, I am dodging. I'm making the intent to dodge out of the way of a weapon. He is coming to kill me. I am trying to dodge. Dodging is not free. It is a little bit difficult. Actually, yeah, I could put it with boon 1 on there, being like, you should dodge. The clansmen readies themselves for a parry, making a martial plus melee, check against the target. If they are successful, they will deflect the blow with their own weapon, dealing their weapon damage to the target, similar to an attack. They may use the power aim they may use the aimed breaker or power moves with any excess successes they may have. Normally a clansman cannot Normally, a clansman cannot parry a ranged attack, forcing them to block or dodge the incoming missile. Well, because again, that's like getting hit by a ranged weapon is incredibly dangerous. The problem being that if you get up to someone with a fucking ranged weapon, you can just stab them to death. Oh no, look everyone, it's little Bowman. What's he going to do? Nothing. I'm going to stab him. I'm going to run up to this bow guy who's looking at me in terror, and I'm going to bring down my sword. What's he going to do? Block it with what? He doesn't have a weapon. He has a bow. So he can't really even block the damage. He has to dodge. So it's like, okay, he's being forced to dodge out of the way of an attack like this. And if you gang up on him, it's like, okay, you're gonna die. There's nothing you can do about it. I feel like there's one I'm missing. I guess we can add in the dive option, like the dive. Do we want to add in dive? I don't know. So we want to do, I want to do vitality, living and dying, and then I'll probably call it here for the night. We didn't get every single thing done, but my throat's giving out and I don't feel very good. So we're going to do vitality. My throat's been ripping. I don't know what's been happening. I feel like I'm choking on fucking phlegm for the past few days. I think it's changing of the seasons and getting to me. My sinuses are fucking killing me. So vitality, living and dying. Every part of a character is split up. Vitality represents the living essence of a clansman. It is both their fighting willpower as well as their ability, as well as their lifeblood. Should it ever reach zero, they may be doomed. They may be. There are vitality is vitality for every clansman is vigor times 10. Actually, no, it's vigor times 10. Representing the total amount of life the clansman has in their body. Every attack, every hit, every illness, and every sin they commit. Every attack, every hit, every attack will. I'm getting a knock on the door. Give me one moment. Hello, I'm back. Nice lady I helped yesterday needs more help, so I'm going to do that tonight. Yeah. So we're going to finish Vitality. I'm going to try to finish Vitality, Life, Living, and Dying as best I can. Then I'm going to go help her. It's going to be done in like 20 minutes. So Vitality for the Clansman is Vigor times 10, representing the total amount of life the Clansman has in their body. Every successful hit will reduce the total amount of vitality the Clansman has. However, every body part has an amount of vitality, amount of their vitality associated with it. Let's see. Every body part has an amount of vitality associated with it. If any body part reaches zero vitality, they will suffer the loss of the limb, suffer a loss of function, or other disaster. It does not matter how heroic or enduring a clansman is. If an axe parts their head from their torso, from their body, they are as good as dead. They're as good as dead. So if an axe parts their head from their body, they are as dead. So go back up here. Location of vitality percent. So this needs to equal up to 100%. So we're gonna do 10%. We can do like 50%. If we do 10%, let's just do this. This actually works pretty well. I mean, it's 10. I mean, we can do 10. If we reduce it down to be like this, like you got a little bit more. No. So, I mean, if we want to, let's say we have a vitality of 50. We have 50 total vitality. Our head, which is 10%, would have 5 out of 5 vitality. One nasty hit to the head, you're fucking dead. Torso would have 25 out of 25 vitality. Left arm, so your left arm would have, at 10%, you'd have 5 out of 5 vitality. Right arm would have 5 out of 5 vitality. Your legs would have 20%, would be 10 out of 10 vitality. So it's not really about necessarily attacking that, but you can also reduce vitality naturally. You can reduce vitality naturally. Hey, you're just really fucking sick, and like your vitality is being attacked. You're getting hit by poison, which can reduce your vitality. Yeah, okay, that works. Certain things are going to target your vitality, if not directly you. Yeah, okay. I mean, that makes sense. It makes poison a little bit it makes things like poison a little bit spookier. This isn't perfect, but it could work. So, I mean, obviously the higher this gets, the more difficult it's going to get. So that just encourages you to wear actual fucking armor sometimes. And also makes impaling very dangerous in certain contexts. Because getting your left arm impaled means you no longer can use your left arm. Okay. When a location reaches 0 vitality, it is considered damaged. It is considered damaged. Is considered damaged, and difficulties begin to mount. Difficulties begin to mount using it. So we're going to take the location chart here. We're going to apply this, but we're just going to do arms. We don't need all of them. We just need the one now. So we're just going to go right. Yeah, all checks are at Bane 2. It gets a lot harder. Your head is damaged. You are not doing well. Your torso has been damaged. Everything is just getting harder for you to actually do anything. Cannot use. Drop item being held. Drop item being held. Legs. 0 natural stride. Move action is only +1 stride. Like you are clearly like, yeah, you can't really use it. Your leg is you are in a bad spot. This is not a good place for you. You are clearly injured. You are clearly bad. Things are bad now. You are bleeding to death and don't want to be in this situation. This is the worst possible outcome for you. So we do that. Put that right there. Put this right up here. Let's see. When it is considered damaged with an appropriate penalty. Bring that down to 5. Appropriate penalty. Go, and then when finally, when a clansman is reduced to 0 HP. When he's reduced to negative total vitality in a location, it is severed. It is severed or destroyed. It is severed or destroyed. Put that right there, and then we do the same thing over here. We're at a nice nifty little chart. Go. Gotta keep things even there, so we're gonna bump you up by 2 points. Droid result, head. Torso, agonizing death. Arm severed. Arm severed. Enters shock. Enters shock. Roll 1d6. 1 to 3 right leg. 4 to 6 left leg. For which leg is severed? Which leg is severed? Falls over and enters shock. The clansman is in shock. When a clansman is in shock, they cannot move. They cannot move or act, and will bleed out. Within 5 and within. Vigor and will bleed out within vigor rounds. If an ally performs a learning plus medicine check. D2, they can stabilize their companion. There we go. Am I late? Yes, I'm gonna have to be leaving here soon. Sorry. Do characters die fast? It is if two capable warriors are fighting with one another. Combat's gonna take a bit because they're gonna go back and forth. They are going to be parrying one another. They can do multiple actions of blocking, of dodging. They are really good at defeating one another, especially if you start getting parries into the mix, and then every round you have 3 parries going off trying to hit one another. And it could be over very quickly, especially if you have a lot of armor on. This also lives to another issue where if you are an unarmored person fighting someone who has an actual weapon and they stab you, there's a good chance you're going to die. Again, let's roll my successes. I scored 3 successes. 3 successes mean minimum I've actually hit you. I've hit you successfully. My blade is in your gut currently. With 3 successes, I can add 2 damage, sever your armor, shove you back, deal more damage, or a plethora of horrible things, or even roll to make sure that I don't stab you in the gut, I stab you in the eyes. When it does go wrong, it goes wrong. That's kind of the thing. It's very easy to go down. But you want to know how you prevent dying? Put some fucking armor on. Wear some armor. All right. I'm going to call it there because I need to help someone move. Most likely I might do a little stream on Sunday depending on how late things go. If anything, at this rate, probably we'll do an extra long stream on Monday. So yeah, I might work on some things after this as well in chat. So keep an eye out for that. I know it's a little bit late, but it do be that way sometimes. All right, I am away. Godspeed. Good luck. Kiss you.